Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you guys the Hummingbird build. This is the bare bones version. I have it as Hummingbird LT for light on the exhibition, so you guys can try it out for yourselves. The secret to it is that balance point and the train plow. The train plow acts as a shield when you're fighting, and the balance point allows for incredible control because you can have those wheels real tight, and it just gives you an incredible turn radius and control at high speeds. So this first variant, I want to show you guys, I have a few variants. This one has a median, Goblins, a Pyre, a Cheetah engine, and I think a Maxwell radar. It's got a generator. It's the light one that doesn't have a whole lot of health, but it gives you 2 power. I haven't had a problem with that being on here because you don't really take a whole lot of hits. Usually if you take enough hits to where that thing explodes, you got bigger problems. But it's got such a small profile, such great control, such high speed capabilities that your defense isn't really the armor. The reason for the train plow being there isn't just for balance, it's that usually you're not going to get hit until you're running away. And that's one of the things that's great about this, is that you can get in, get out. You got to make sure you don't crash into anything, because if you get stopped, it takes a minute for you to start again. And well, I shouldn't say that because it does have good acceleration. The issue is that you can't really turn until you get up to high speeds. I think this just has to do with the way the wheels are positioned, but I mean, you got to trade off some places. You're not going to be going slow like you see in this part here very often. The idea is that you're going to be driving right past people. You're going to be hitting them until your weapons are either reloading or overheated, and just get out and run away while that's happening. So the main issue with this variation is the shotguns. You want to get close and like hit them with the goblin because it's a goblin, you know. But that doesn't really work well for this unless you can hit them at the right distance, which I could see a skilled player doing. Like they could get a good burst off and then just turn off like a dime. So you guys see me miss there, and then I take a hit, but it's in the back, and it really, I never lose that engine, even though it's hanging off the back like that. It's kind of crazy. Like, the plow is only sitting on that engine, and I didn't even notice that until later on when somebody finally like blew it up. But I never had any issues with it at all. And you guys saw there, I was running on 3 wheels just fine. I had complete control. Like, the only reason why I did that spin out was because of the end of game lag. I know, there I go, blaming the lag, but that time I think it's genuine. I don't think it was me. So on this one I have 2 Emilys and a light machine gun, and the idea here is you get in, get your burst out, and then you just get out. Hopefully this clip will show it. I started out just kind of moving around, and hopefully you guys will see how maneuverable this is, and watch how tight it can turn. Like, for you guys who can do drift control, this will be a dream for you because it's so easy to get control back, because those front 2 wheels are standard tires. The only turn wheels are the ones in the back, and the way I thought of that was sort of like a shopping cart. How a shopping cart works is you turn it from the back, and you can maneuver it around like corners really easily. So I was like, well, if I'm going really fast and I want to take corners really fast, I got to make it so it acts like a shopping cart. That's one of the things that makes that balance point so perfect too, is that having that balance point there, you don't really face any of the issues you usually get from having turning wheels in the back. Like that backswing there, that's really manageable. You can really just counter turn, and it takes as soon as you initiate that counter turn. And you guys saw me do that perfect U-turn on a dime. I'm not bragging because I stumbled upon this build. I stumbled upon it doing race matches, and I wanted to make something that could go really fast with boosts on it, and I would still have control at high speeds. And this is what I came up with, and I was like, I can't just use this on race mode. I gotta take this into battle mode so I can play it more, because it's so much fun. And I think this really fills a niche that people don't have filled yet, because the wedge build is there for high speed hit and run players, but it's for high speed hit and run players with shotguns and like melee weapons. This you do not want to put shotguns and melee weapons and expect to work like a wedge build, because you don't want to crash head on into things, because you're not going to win that fight. just to be clear, you're not going to win a head-on collision in this car. The key here is that low profile. It's not. It looks wide, but it's really not that wide, and it's really, really small on that side profile. Look at that side profile. It's so small. Like, it's like those NPC cars, how small the side profile is. Like, you might see it next to a wedge build, and some people can get wedge builds this small, but I don't think they really work. They don't really work well unless you have like that wide base for people to run over. And look at this. You get the burst out, nick him with the side melee. You gotta put side melees, because it gives you so many options. I tried getting him with the side melee there, but look at that. You get the burst out, you turn on a dime, and you're ready to go for your next attack. And you're ready to run if you need to. Like, later you might see just how easily this thing maneuvers. Look at that. Look at that turn. Like, I was in full control that whole drift. It wasn't like an out of control drift, and I am not good at drifting. So hopefully that's a testament to people to try this build out, because I want to see what people can come up with. So this is me experimenting with the cannons. I was like, I want to see if this thing can be lightweight, fast, and very maneuverable, and have a low profile, and still take cannon recoil. And it takes it like a charm, and I think it's because it has that engine hanging off the back. Like, it catches itself from flipping. And you'll see at the end of this clip, I finally shoot and somebody takes out that back end, and it sends me flying. It's pretty great. But look at these bursts. You hit and you are out. You're out of there, and you have complete control. There's a head-on collision, but the guy's lightweight enough to where I can get through it. And then right here, somebody takes out my back end. See, that guy just took out my engine. And then I get that shot out, and somebody gets me in the back. And it's over. And I get some breakdancing in there. If you want to have some breakdancing and go out in style, this is the build for you. So here's another one. This one is a nest, a pyre, and an autocannon. I was kind of reluctant to show a nest build, because I know it's kind of controversial right now, but I feel like this is a build that really, I think, nest players can get behind, and I don't think it's not an OP build by any means. It's good if you know how to use it, and it fits a role for people who are like, they want to do hit and runs, but they don't want to be stuck with like placing turrets down and the people that want to actually shoot their weapons, you know. And look at that, like, if you put those slanted things, that's one of the reasons why I put those slanted things on the front. I can't remember what that part's called, so you see them, they're slanted. It helps me just bump over people, and the hind tires really catch because they're so close, and it rotates on those tires, so like it lifts itself, and you can just run over people. So wedge builds can be a problem if they hit you on the side, but if you take them head on, usually you can just run right over them and get out without taking too much damage. And if you take any damage, it's all on that plow. So you just use that plow as a shield while you're running away. See, I got taken out by that wedge build on the side. So look at this one. This is me trying. I saw this clip. I started recording it because I wanted to see if I could get a good opportunity at showing this thing at range. So I think this thing works incredible unranged maps, because you can just fly. You're like, I'm flying, I'm getting these bursts out. If any of them see me, I can just turn and get out and not lose too much speed or control or anything. So I'm able to recover, let my weapons reload. I'm running fast, and if any trouble happens, I can outmaneuver them, because this thing is so tight. It's really, really tight. And I think that people are going to really appreciate that. So watch these bursts. Watch these hits and runs. Watch these turns. I really want to see other people take this build into their own hands. And I want to see what better players than me can do with this. Because if I can do good with a build, it means it's a good build. Because I'm not the best player at this game. But watch this. Like, I want to see what good players can come up with. I want to see what people can put on this thing, and I want to see what people do. Because I think an incredible player at this game could just demolish. Like, I don't have a whole lot of armor on this thing. Like, all the armor parts you see are just there to... They're just there because I could put them there. They're not very heavy. So this is the heavy model that I put on the exhibition. I'm just sort of demonstrating what it can do. It's a Nest Pyre light machine gun, and it has cloaking. I put that armor on the bottom because you can have a full cloak on the bottom of your cabin, which not a lot of builds can do, because the frame is all connected to the cabin. This one, the frame is only connected to the back part of this growl. So I can put whatever I want on the undercarriage. Like that invisibility thing, it dies real quick. But because it's on the bottom of the cabin, it's not likely that it's going to get taken out. And this is honestly the first build that I've been able to put the invisibility on and not just get shot off right away. And honestly, I know the Nest is not popular, and I try not to use it because it's kind of annoying. Like, I don't get why it's such a big deal, because I've never gotten any kills with it. And you guys see, I land so many hits with it in this level, but I don't get any kills with it. It's kind of crazy how few kills I get, and I land so many shots. Like, I don't get why people don't like the Nest. But I think this build will work really well, especially if you get invisible and then fire that Nest off. By the time they know you're there and you have that Nest fired off, you can get that light machine gun burst out, and then you can just get out of there. So you guys are gonna see me die in style here. I wanted to close it out with me dying in style, because that's another thing this thing does well, is if you get caught in style. And one final note, look at that side profile, man. It's so narrow. It's so hard for people to hit. You're moving fast, you're turning quick, it's small and it's hard to hit. And then I get taken out. I hit that thing and it's over. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I want to see the discussion. Thank you. Have a nice day.